All right, now let's move on to the New York Jets. As we all know, Aaron Rodgers was traded, so that resulted in them going down to pick 15. And honestly, that hurt them a lot. And it's crazy how much two draft spots changes. So they ended up going Will McDonald the fourth because there was really no other top offensive tackles on the board, and we know that the Jets were targeting an offensive tackle. But was this defensive pick a mistake for the New York Jets?
I do think it was a mistake, but I think another mistake was even trading with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why would you do that?
They didn't trade with the Steelers. It was the Patriots.
Didn't someone jump him though?
Yeah,
or jump them.
Yeah,
right.
The Patriots
right,
had that 14th pick, and they traded.
I do think
the Steelers.
I do think that if that didn't happen, they were gonna go Broderick Jones 100%. And I think Will McDonald the fourth was kind of like a scramble option. Take him. I mean, he's a pretty good player, but like we were talking last night, like I don't know how good he plays against competition, because I know last year against Texas, like our freshman offensive tackle held him, like he stonewalled him multiple times during the game. And as a freshman, you're getting drafted 15. Like Myles Murphy's still there. Well, I don't know why you don't go out and take him. Someone who's been getting high praise whole offseason going up to the draft, and you take Will McDonald the fourth, who honestly I didn't even think he was gonna go to the first round.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a scramble pick, but
For sure.
It's also a boomer bust kind of pick as well. I mean, he could be the next coming of like
Von Miller.
Yeah, like who knows? But
yeah, to me, I feel like this was a mistake for sure because, like you said, this was for sure a scramble pick. They got the pick in with it was 30 seconds on the clock, and ESPN went to the draft room, and they were just looking around like, what direction would they go? It was just confused faces on GMs and scouts looks. GMs and scouts faces. Now if it was such a scramble pick, I don't understand why you go defense. Your defense wasn't the reason why you guys missed the playoffs last year.
One of the best D lines in the league.
Yeah. It was literally your offense, not it. Mainly because of the quarterback, but also you can address a receiver position or a tight end. Dawson Kincaid was up there, and he went to Buffalo, but you're going into the season with Tyler Conklin as your tight end, and although you do have Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard, but who was there in the slot? You don't have Elijah Moore anymore. If they would have went Jackson Smith and Jigba, I wouldn't have been so upset about this pick. Because there was no offensive tackles on the board, to me it's just like you take the best player available that's on the board. And like you said, Myles Murphy was there. Maybe all boards are different, so maybe Will McDonald was their next best player on the board. But to me, they should have known defense was not the reason that they lost games. It was offense and quarterback play. And if you're able to get Aaron Rodgers another weapon, to get the ball out of his hands quickly, because you can't get an offensive tackle, I feel like that's the next best thing to do. And there's only been one offensive player drafted for Aaron Rodgers, and it was a quarterback, Jordan Love, when he was back in Green Bay. So why not change it when he comes to New York? Get him an offensive weapon.
Get him what he wants and what he needs. And I think part of this decision of Will McDonald was maybe it was kind of put on by Robert Saleh, who's a heavy defensive-minded coach, and like you said, he's worked with stars in San Francisco. But I think even then, you got to go out and I think O-line was probably the what you had to find or something. I mean, you could have went Anton Harrison, but he's kind of like him and DeJuan Jones from Ohio State. They're kind of like, you don't know. I mean, they're good, and they're one of the best O-line left, and they're going to go today. But that would have been a reach at 15. And so that they're kind of stuck in a pickle. And I just think that, like you said, I think the smartest choice probably would have been JSN getting Rodgers a weapon instead of rushing to just reload on a D line that doesn't need any ammunition.